Hello, today we're going to talk about surface area rectangular. Alright, I'm going to do this the way I want to. So, here we go. So, I always label how many I have. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So I have 6 different actual, in this case they're all rectangles. So I go through and I find what each one is and then I just add them together, the surface area. So to find the area of a rectangle, it's just length times width. So number 1, here, I know that's going to be 10, and this right here is going to be 3. And I know that because if I brought this down on top of it, it'd be 3. Alright? When I fold this up, it's going to be 3. This is going to be 6. This is going to be 6, 6, 3, and 3, 3, and 6. It takes some common sense type stuff to do it this way. I know there's a lot of numbers there, but yeah. So now you can fill it all in. Now if you have trouble filling it in, just think to yourself, how am I going to take this? All right, I'm going to take this and I'm going to put it down on top of that one, so that'll make that 3. I'm going to take this, fold it up once to 3, I'm going to fold it up to make it 6. And that's how I do it. So my first one would be 10 times 3. So number 1 box is 30. Number 2 box. So I know that's 10 and that's 6. Length times width. 10 times 6 is 60. Third one. This one right here. Be 6 times 3, which is 18. Which is the same thing for number 4 would be 18 too, because it's the same exact thing on that side. Number 5 is going to be, since that's 3, 10. 3 times 10 equals 30. And then my last one, 6 and 10. Is 60. So now I have all my shapes. The real tricky part is just being able to figure out which one belongs where. And this is a rectangular image actually spread out. It's actually easier when it's actually still in the shape of a rectangle. It makes it a little bit easier. But just figuring it out mentally where everything is in a spread out form like this. So then I just add them. So 30, 60, 18, 18, 30, and 60. Add them all up, gives me 90, 36, 90, 126, and 90, 216. And we'll say meters squared. We'll say that's all meters. Always make sure you have the squared on because you're looking for area. That's how you do it. One that's all spread out like this. Now I'm going to show you one more example of if it's actually in a rectangular shape, a 3D image, and it's actually a little bit easier. Alright, this is your example number 2. This one is not all spread out, it's actually still in its 3D image. But I know I'm going to have 6 different sides. Alright, for any rectangular prism, you're always going to have 6 things to find. So most of them will be the same thing. So here, I'll call this number 1 right here. Now I'm going to break out the image for you. So 6 and 6. Remember, my area is length times width. So 6 times 6 gives me 36. All right, that's my first one. Now, I know it's gonna have a corresponding one. So if this is 36, the very bottom is gonna be the same thing. So I'll call that my second one. So I have two that are 36. That would be this one and this one are 36. Now, I can do this one right here, 6 and 12. It looks something like that. So 6 and 12. 6 times 12, that gives me 72. Now, because this is a square right here, I know this is going to be 72. This is going to be 6 times 12, which is 72. This one back here is going to be 6 times 12, which is 72. And so is this one. So I know I'm going to have 4 that are exactly the same thing. Because they're all exactly the same shape. That's the benefit of having square at one of yours ends. With the first one, we had 6 and 3, so we actually had 3 different numbers that we did just twice. All right, then I just add them all together. And add them, it gives me 72, 144, 144, 6, 216, 360, and we'll call it centimeters squared. And there you go. With a rectangular prism, you're always going to have 6 sides. You just have to figure out what the 6 are. It's easier to break it down into pieces, but you don't have to. If you have a square at one of your bases right there, then you're only going to have 2 different numbers. If, for instance, this became alright, say that's 2 and that's 6. This is 10. Then you're going to have 3 different numbers just twice. If that makes sense. So if you go back and look at the first example, we had 3 different numbers, but we had it 3 and then 3. Here, because that's a square, we only have 2 different numbers. Alright, so this is how I do surface area of a rectangular. It takes some more thought doing it this way, but I find it's a little bit more easy. It's easier for me if I can understand surface area better, or find area. Because if I can find area and then I can look at this, it makes it easier than having to learn a brand new formula. All right, this is just how I do it. You don't have to do it this way. I hope this helped out, and